Uh-huh. Hey, what's that down there? Looks like a seedling. Let's take a look at it. Hello, man! Ow! Ah! Mm. Hi there! I am the Deku Tree Sprout. Because of you and Saria broke the curse in the forest temple, I can grow and flourish. Thank you a lot. How do you know me? Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognize you with your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kakuri never grow up, even after 7 years. They're all still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. As you may have already guessed, you're not Kakuri. You're actually a Hylian. I am so happy to finally reveal this secret to you, and basically, I guess the seeds of the Great Deku Tree basically share memories with each other. That's the only reason why this scene is here. And the Great Deku Tree finally got reborn. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. It was called the Great Civil War. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny, whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised a Kakuri, and now finally the day of destiny has come. So Link is actually in the manga, he's actually kind of traumatized by this, that he's not really, that his entire life has technically been a lie up until this point. You are a Hylian, and always bound to leave this forest. Also, it goes in the, and also you actually get to see the mother in the manga. So yeah, it goes into great detail. Again, read the manga if you want more detail about this game's story. And now you've learned your own destiny, so you must know what to do. You must read the manga. I mean, that's right. You must save the land of Hyrule. That's it. Yeah, Alexman, break the curses on all the other temples and return peace to Hyrule. Okay, I guess we can do that now because, well, honestly, folks, we're set up to get to the next dungeon. Yeah, we've done everything we can up to this point that we can now go to our next dungeon. So we're going to do that now. It's time for us to go into the next dungeon, which is the Fire Temple. Let's go and do that, shall we? We're our big Goron sword up. No, we're not. We're saving our game yet. Return. I'm not saving the game yet. Not until I complete this session. So let's do this here. Oh, I messed up again. No! There we go. Oh, my memory's bad. I just learned this song today. Alright, it's time for us to go to Death Mountain. So how do we do that, shall we? To our next temple already. Alrighty, here we are, folks, at Death Mountain's crater. And now we get to get access to our next temple. Now, in the child timeline, the child era, this area is blocked off by rocks. And, potentially, if you can get over the rocks by sheer about glitches or something like that, you could potentially enter this dungeon. Ow! I keep forgetting that's a long drop, and now we go into the JPEG of our next temple. So, what about a little controversy? The original version, 1.0 version, which I'm pretty sure this is not this game's Emulation version. Originally the Fire Temple had these stock sound effects of a sort of a religious chant. Apparently during the test product when it was coming out and everything, apparently Nintendo caught wind that this song was going to be a controversy and literally basically updated it later on to not have the song and have it removed in favor of something that was less enchantable. Darunia! Who's there? Is that you, Alexman? Oh, it really is Alexman. You've grown so big since I last saw you. Man, I want to have a man-to-man talk with you, but now is not the time. Gandalf is causing trouble on Death Mountain again. He has revived the evil ancient dragon Volvagia. It's been for some time now. On top of that, he is going to feed my people to that evil dragon as a warning to other races that he might resist him. If that fire-breathing dragon escapes from this mountain, all of Hyrule will become a burning wasteland. I will go on ahead to try and seal up the evil dragon. I'm concerned, though, because I don't have the legendary hammer. I have no choice. Alexman, I'm asking you to do this as my sworn brother. While I'm trying to deal with the dragon, please save my people. The prisoners' cells are in the opposing direction. I'm counting on you. And he can somehow open the door and then lock it on his way out. Like, dang it. He means that Darunia is the only one that basically broke a boss key door. A boss key's key. Also, you want to talk about something that's really drastic about this? Is that in the manga, yes I know, I'm going to go back to the manga a lot because the manga of this side of the story for this is very different. Anyway, here's a Goron. This is all we're doing for this dungeon, is basically saving these guys. Are you releasing me? Am I free to go? I'll tell you a secret from saving me. In order to get into the room where Darunia went, you'll have to do something about that pillar stuck in the ceiling. Find the path that leads to the room above the ceiling right away. As I walk into the lava. Woo! Yeah, he just walks into the lava. But, the dragon, the boss of this place is called Volvagia. But it is a fire-breathing dragon that, at one point, was a dragon that terrorized the Gorons a long time ago, and it was sealed away by basically bashing its head in by a legendary hammer, according to the game's lore. In the manga, this dragon was a baby dragon that Link himself won in a contest. and literally, he had to somehow abandon it, I guess, for basically being frozen in time. And thanks to the Master Sword freezing him in time, he literally couldn't keep an eye on it for some reason. And somehow Gandalf found it and raised it inside of Death Mountain, which in turn is why he gets this point in time. And it's like, okay. I mean, as much as I would love to understand how that controversy worked and all, that Volvagia was once Link's pet. I imagine that's probably why because again, the manga usually changes the story beats a little bit from the game. Here's a secret from Save Me. A wall that you can destroy with the Goron's special crop will sound different than a regular wall if you hit it with your sword. And now I'm going to eat the rocks. Also, this is like another corpse of a Dodongo in this area. Goodness gracious, no wonder the Dodongos came back in such a rush. They want revenge on the ancient Gorons, Gorons in this place. Goodness me. But, like, even if after the fact that Link has to basically defeat the dragon when he's an older, only gets to the fact that the dragon will actually say Link's name. And I'm like, that's kind of dark. Again, the fact that the Ocarina of Time manga is a lot darker than you would think it is, because they can get away with a lot more darker themes, like death and everything, an evil like an evil Deku tree in the Lost Woods, which I really wish that would have been the boss of the temple, of the Forest Temple. I really wish that was. Also, we have the haunted floor coming back to bite us in the backside from the Link to the Past. But just like it, these guys are easier to defeat because all you have to do is put your shield up, boom, they just die, and you don't take no damage. And now we have to deal with likes. Yeah, our first instance of these guys. It's a like, an enemy that eats shields and certain clothes, be it to get back your equipment back. Yeah, this thing, if it eats you, it will take off your red or blue tunic and basically eat your shield. And if you're stuck in a place where there's a bottomless pit, you lose that equipment for life. Yeah, and you have to go back and get it from a shop. And I'll tell you right now, it is like 200 rupees for the tunic. Yeah. So don't get eaten by a like over a bottomless pit. That's all we ask at this point. So that room is actually optional. You don't have to go up there, but that's where a golden Skulltula is. Also, you need to be wearing the fire tunic, the red tunic in this place. It's just for the fact that there's just a lot of heat here, and a lot of hot temperatures. So, by technicality, you can do this without the red tunic. It is indeed possible, from what I've heard from some early reviewers who had the publications and reviews of this game back in its heyday, that they just basically beat this thing without it. So, kudos to them. You talk about in the swordless runs, like I can defeat the water temple without this, you know, without the tunic. Or though I haven't seen anybody do that though. I'm quite shocked. I wonder, can it be done without glitches? Honestly, because I know people will do glitches all the time. Am I releasing me? Am I free to go? I'll tell you a secret for saving me. There are switches in this temple that you have to cut to activate, but you can also use the Goron special crop to do the job. Which means that there's a context-sensitive switch that a bomb will basically trigger as well. So bear that in mind. We got ourselves another small key! Booyah! Let's go. This dungeon to me is this dungeon's kind of like the tower dungeon. You know the dungeons in previous Zelda game, like A Link to the Past, technically, where they had like the ice tower, you know, level 5, where it was just basically a huge ice tower and everything. This is this game's tower dungeon, because it's really the only one that's mostly vertical based. For the most part, it's not 100% vertical based, but it is to the point where it comes close to the point of, yeah, this is a vertical dungeon. So. We need to make ourselves a makeshift elevator. We have to get up here and not fall off the ladder, this fence here, and take out these keys. Luckily, though, we have a hook shot that'll do the trick quite nicely. I wish we had some more, you know, bombs to handle this with, you know, but I digress. We must do another block pushing puzzle to push this off and use the flames here to get ourselves above and beyond to make our makeshift elevator here. Let's jump on here and use this vent to get us up here. Man, I tell you, in fact, this place is all sweat and hot and everything. I do not do well in hot temperatures. It's just that concept of just like when I was a kid. I know I've said this multiple times in previous Zeldas and in previous LPs, that I just kind of hate the summer weather. Like, to me, the perfect wet temperature outside is literally just it's basically spring and fall. That's like the best temperature right now. Also, here we go. Here's some slugmas. Kind of like a like enemy, but it's not a like. It's a slug. Even though they have the same texture. Also, here's that switch the Goron was talking about earlier. Is that this little diamond cropping switch here, that activation will be activated by not just a sword strike, but also by a bomb as well. So we have to use that to our advantage. So we need to get up here. Now, the game doesn't really tell you how to trigger these things to a certain degree. No, but the game almost makes you think that you should trigger the bomb and then make your climb up here. No, what you're supposed to do is put a bomb on the edge here, drop it, and then make yourselves up this ledge. Because the switch here will basically douse the fire. And if you start, oop, dang it, no! Get up, we gotta get up there. If you don't make it out of the flames area in time, you get pushed out like that! I swear, that's kind of dumb. I hate how that hitbox is dumb like that. Alright, drop another bomb. I'm hoping the camera doesn't doom me this time. And we can get ourselves out of here. Right, come on. Sometimes I wish Link's climbing speed was a little bit better. You know, it's always kind of like, it's very slow and methodical, I guess, for basically, because Link is technically a walking arsenal. He's not like Sonic the Hedgehog or anything, but goodness gracious, he takes some time to get up some hills. And now we're up here. In this particular area, we have to deal with this. Goodness gracious, you think that'd be a little much? Alright, we have to activate. There's a few Gorons here. Also, there's a hidden Pierre statue here as well that you can get a golden Skulltula from, and it's very annoying to get to. I'll tell you a secret for saving me. In this temple, there are doors that fall down when you try to open them. When one of these doors starts to fall, move. If you use a sample of the Goron special crop, you can break it. So yeah, we have breakable doors now. Nice! Perfect. I'll take that to the bank. Thank you. Anyway, let's give ourselves our next key, and let's move forward, shall we? Huzzah! Okay. With that out of the way, we can now... we have to clear out more areas here. I know, basically when I'm editing this all... Ow! At least the rocks are following the safety rules of the road. I am not, because I'm... Oh, I can see texture breakage here. Again, the emulator... Some people did say the emulation of this game was kind of bad on NSO, and I actually have not seen any problems with it. I've heard some more people that the water temples got the worst of it. But we'll see it once we get there now, won't we? Again, this is probably going to be a beefer part in the end, though, when I have to edit these all up, so bear that in mind. Alright, ready to go? Let me tell you a secret as a rule for releasing me. When you are on fire, you can put it out by swinging your sword or rolling forward. Did you know that? No, not until now. The game is not telling me why it would happen if I was caught on fire, because there really hasn't been a fire, an instance where you would be caught on fire for a long periods of time. I guess it's a way to tell you, hey, if you're on fire, just roll, but honestly, the fire damage doesn't really last very long, if anything. But now we must get ourselves around here. Ow. Curse you, rock. Yeah, you move, rock. Curse rocks. Ow. Oh yeah, welcome to the worst place in the dungeon. How about a bottomless pit? Now, I'm going to do something that's a safety feature. I'm going to put this down. Yes! So in case of my controller messing me up at certain points, I can, because if you go down this room connects to the room down below that has no doors tied to it. So, yeah. Which means you're going to take that entire trek all the way back up, doing the bomb situation again, and that was it. And that's how you do this. So, like the 3DS is a little bit, the 3DS version of this is a little better because the C-stick or the circle pad's a little bit better for this, by technicality, of course, but at the same time, I still feel very, very nervous. So you can see that bomb, you can see that pit down there. Oh man. This is where the most, man, I think I've told this story before, but I have like a selective fear of heights. Like, I can go on the highest roller coaster known to man and not be fazed by it by the slightest. You get me up on a ladder like 5 feet off on a ladder, I get freaked out. So here's our dungeon map, and it's not going to help us very much without the compass, so. But yeah, like, I have like a selective fear of heights. It's not perfect, I admit, but at the same time, it's just like, like, I can, like, at the time, I rode, like, the highest roller coaster in the world, Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point, and that was a fun ride. I loved that ride. But it's like, you get me on a ladder, it's like, you need to climb this ladder, and, oh my goodness, I almost fell off. Oof. I hate that so much. Luckily, though, that's, like, the only time that happened. Well, no, wrong. There is other areas that basically have this problem, too. And we got chased by fire! We must get out of here! We must jump for glory! This fire will hit you and it will not kill you, it will just knock you back. Slight annoyance is a little bit of a weird set piece, but basically if you just keep moving forward, you're not gonna get hurt by it. Nope. It's a fire to them. Basically it's a harmless fire. Alright, let's get up here and we come back around here. Now we go above. Now, I want to say that this area can only be obtained, like, you go up here, oh, you can't go up there. Let's see, we try this now. Let's give this a go, shall we? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right. Yep. Scarecrow song away! And Pierre will show up here. We get ourselves our hook shot to hit him. And we come back around here and we have a hook shot target right here in the middle of nowhere. We jump up here. And this is an awkward spot. Like, this takes you to another tower, because the other tower would most likely will have the big Goron, the Megaton hammer. But this one takes you up to a gold Skulltula, which is interesting. Like right here. Like, there's more than just one here, but like this is like a if I trying to find a gold Skulltula you're missing, you're like, why am I missing one in the fire temple? Well, you might want to check around that Scarecrow song, because you might find a secret area to the dungeon you may not explore. Now, we have to get around this to the opposite side to get to a Goron earlier in that room below. But here, you get a kind of like a tease, I guess you want to call it. Like an easier version of this room. Like, you're supposed to use the hook shot here to get up here and to make it across here, and then hopefully you make it here in time before the fire comes back up. Ow! Yeah, it's like it's meant for like I think it's money. I want to say it is money. I want to say, so bear that in mind. Let's go here. That again. I don't go after this chest very often, so when I basically have to get to it, it's like I messed up now. I might as well wait for this chest to restore itself. Also, another gold sculpture is over here. And that's the only reason you should be coming up here. The chest is probably most likely money, I want to say. So if you want that, if you really want money, but see, I'm already at full on chest, so I'm pretty okay by that, but I think it is money. If I don't see it, again, I want to grab it and see what it is, but I don't want to waste more time. But if I don't see it, I'll post a link up, like a tile somewhere on the bottom here saying, yeah, what is it? What's the actual chest item and everything? But that's where a gold Skulltula is. Because I'm worried about the other attempt I'm going to have to make, and that is to get the Megaton hammer in this place, which has the other tower. It's the other tower, technicality. Ow! 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 I'll jump down! Ow. And now I have to make this loop around again. Curses! Luckily I have this here with me, so I can get back over here. Because we're basically, if you want to talk about verticality, the room we were just in where that chest is up there, yeah, this is this room too. So yeah, you get a lot of verticality in this place. A lot of verticality. I mean, it's a lot, to be fair. Oh, boy. Like, we're gonna finish this dungeon. This will be our last thing we do tonight, so... Honestly, it's like, you're just speedrunning the dungeons, are you? Ow! Fine, I'll just take the walk. Oh, I can jump up there and get that? Wow! I didn't think Link could jump that high. Well, that's certainly something new. There's an invisible wall right there you can climb up on. That does not make sense in the slightest. Alright, back to the regular task at hand. We're going to take our Slugma here and kill it. And we're going to put a bomb here because that's where another Goron is. Because you have to save every Goron to continue on in the dungeon. It is basically a requirement. We come down here. And you just hang on to the wall here and you can save yourself some trouble. Boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Booyah! And now we got our shortcut in case we fall down, which is odd to say the least. I'll open up my chest. Thank you first for talking to you. Another key! Huzzah! Are you releasing me? Well, I'm free to go. Well, here's a tip for rescuing me. Somewhere in this temple, you're sure to meet up with some creatures that dance as they attack. Arrows won't hurt them. Looks like you might need some of the Goron special crop to do. That's all I have to tell you. Or I can use a big Goron swords on my back. You know, one way or the other.